Hello my friends, welcome to our Backgammon live stream number 133. And today we have another stream in English, and for a very good reason, because we have a very special guest, G1 Grandmaster Thomas Tenland from Sweden. So, welcome Thomas, nice to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a great pleasure for me to have you here, and we plan to do a little bit of talking at the beginning, then we will play a 5-point match on heroes, and then we do a little short analyzing after the match together. And as always, the viewers can participate via the chat. If you have any questions, I have some questions, of course, on my list, which I want to ask Thomas. But if you have any questions, just feel free to post it in the chat and I will have a look at it, and then we can ask Thomas. And yeah, Thomas. So my first question, of course, is how did you become such a strong player? So G1 Grandmaster, you have become, I think, pretty much 1 year ago, which is
Right.
in PR average below 3 or even lower, right? What's the condition or requirement for getting a G1 Grandmaster?
Yeah, it's below 3.0. Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, you did this a year ago. What's your current PR?
I don't know. It's below a 3, but it's not that much below a 3.
Okay, so the next step will be there's no G0. The next step is in S, I think, or?
There is a G0. It's a new one that has gotten introduced, and it's at 2.75. So I guess that's the only one that I can realistically reach at my current level.
Okay. And what I realized, that you're not only super strong, but you're super strong in the opening, because when I did quite a lot quizzes on Backgammon Studio and opening, and one name occurred in all opening quizzes, and we're on the top of the list. So on the 4th roll, I see you are number 4. On the 3rd roll, you are number 1 currently with 53 correct answers. And for the viewers, not any 53, you have to be right 53 times in a row. So if you have one single wrong answer, you have to start over again. And Thomas did 53, and they're really hard. And in the 2nd roll, he is number 3. In the 2nd roll quiz or opening replies with 211, which is also insane, because you do not only have to get it right by learning something like the bar guy rules, you also have the match scores, which makes it a lot more difficult. So how did you get so good at the opening?
Well, yeah, I spent a lot of time practicing it one way or the other. You know, when it comes to the 1st and 2nd roll, those were among the first things I ever learned about backgammon. So in that case, it's to a great extent it started as memorization. But then the 3rd roll, it was more like a study project that I did to understand more about backgammon and get better. And I think honestly, the reason I am stronger at that part of the game than probably the rest is simply I spent more time on it. If I had studied any other aspect of the game as much as I've studied, for instance, the 3rd roll, I'm sure I could have done well at that instead. So I think that's the reason. And when I started out playing backgammon, I took lessons from Jacob Rice Stick, and he basically gave me the advice. I asked him, how can I get better most quickly, and what should I try to improve? And he said, get good at the opening game and holding games, because it's what comes up all the time. And I tried to follow that advice, and yeah, so it helped my opening game.
And you are a real expert at the third role. And I heard that there's some special project you are working on. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm writing a book on the third role. So basically, this book is going to be about, there's already a few books out there about the opening. There's, I guess, most notably the ones by Nack Ballard, Bill Roberti, and Michi. And my book is going to be special in the way that it doesn't focus that much on what are some general principles, what are some backgammon concepts. It's more like in these specific scenarios that show up in the third role, what should you be thinking about? So, for instance, let's say you face a double fives reply by your opponent. What should you be thinking about? Or let's say your opponent replied by anchoring with the double threes. What do you need to think about now? Let's say you opened with a 6-1. What should be on your mind? So it's more like that. It's more specific than general compared to, for example, Michi's book.
So if I got you right, it's something you have to think about before you roll your second time. So after your opponent has done his second move, you already can think about that before you even know what you roll, right? Or...
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. That's not always going to be the case for all of the things in the book, but yeah, for a lot of it, yeah.
Yeah, sounds very interesting. And when will it be available? I guess the viewers want to know.
Right. As soon as possible. I said in another podcast that it would be maybe in November. That's not going to be the case. Nowhere near it. So let's see is going to be my new answer. But I hope, let's say in the spring.
Okay. Okay, I'm really looking forward to it, and I guess many viewers will do as well. Okay, I have another question for you, Thomas. If you think about, let's say, a typical 8 PR player and a 5 PR player, what are the systematic differences or the typical differences between these categories?
I don't know. I mean, I guess not all 8 PR players are created equal, and the same goes for 5 PR players. So I don't know. I think when I tried to get better, or when I was trying really hard to progress from that sort of level, I think I often thought that I needed more reference positions, things like that. And sure, that can help, but I think at the end of the day, the thing that makes the biggest difference is if you can somehow increase your understanding of the game. Then again, how do you do that? I don't know. But I think that is basically the main difference at all levels at least at all levels that I have so far reached. I mean, if I compare myself as a 3.5 player compared to a 6 player, I don't know. I think it's mainly the same thing that goes that comes up again, is that my understanding was better then than it was earlier. So I think that is, yeah, it's an annoying answer because it's like it's difficult to address perhaps, but at the end of the day, I think that's my answer.
And what would you recommend to players who really want to get better? Not just maybe half a PR point, they really want to get maybe from 5 to a 3 or from 8 to a 5. What would you recommend to them, except other than reading your book, of course?
Yeah, buying 10 copies of my book.
And read it 10 times.
Right. Exactly. No, but yeah, there are a lot of things that you could do to get in order to get better, and I think it's difficult for me to say, because I've if I look back at what I've done myself, I've done very many different things. I've taken lessons, I've read books, I've done some studies on my own of different themes, or and it's hard to say what contributes the most to your progress. If you're, let's say, you're doing 8 different things and you get from A to B, it's different. It's difficult to say what was the deciding factor. But I've at least found that Stick's advice to me has been working quite well for me, which, like I said before, was focusing on things that come up often, like basically the early game checker play, holding games, and early blitz cubes. I think that's a good place to start, at least.
Okay.
Unless that is exactly where you already excel, of course.
Sure. Okay. And what about you're pretty much on the top of the Backgammon players list, or on the best players in the world, but what are your personal Backgammon goals? What do you want to achieve in the next maybe 1 or 2 years, or whatever, in which time frame?
Well, first and foremost, I'm trying to achieve releasing this book, so that is going to be some sort of hindrance to my own practice or progress on my own game, although I have to say I pick up a little bit in the process. But I mean, assuming I can, I mean, it depends to some extent on what my life is going to look like for the next X years, of course. But if I can keep playing and practicing at about the same level I've been doing lately, I think it's reasonable to strive for becoming a super grandmaster.
Okay, I wish you all the best to achieve that.
Thanks.
So let's have a quick look at the chat if you have any questions. So we have Goldpfleger. Hi Marcel, greetings. And we have Wolfgang. Good evening, Wolfgang. Of course, Markus is there. Hi Markus. And we have Christian Monk Christensen. Looking forward to this stream. Thomas has a deep insight into pretty much anything related to Backgammon, so it's not only the opening, Christian says. And then greetings to Stefan Gumbert. Hi Stefan. And we have a question from Christian Monk Christensen. Should LEV golfers be getting OVGR points? Sorry,
I think he's trolling. I know.
Okay, and I fall into the trap. Okay. Yes, and then hello Benjamin. I have already turned Thomas' volume a little bit up. I hope it's fine now. And hello Jürgen, the president of the German Backgammon Federation. Okay, I think then we should be ready to play a little bit Backgammon. I think most of the viewers want to see that, how I plunder and how you excel. So we will play a match on heroes. So I think you have to exchange your status to go on friend ready. Then I can invite you and we play a 5-point match.
Wait a second. Where do I click?
On the left upper corner, below the menu button, there's a status.
Okay. Yeah, got it. And I should change it to
friend ready, maybe, or
friend ready. Okay.
Friend ready is fine. Yeah. Okay, then I can challenge.
Okay, accept.
And before we start the game, maybe we have a chance to answer one more question from Tamios, who asked, How do you deal with the game one syndrome, if this is possible to do?
Good question. I mean, I guess one way to do it, I think, is at least to familiarize yourself with a live backgammon board before playing your match. If, for instance, you've been playing a lot online or on your computer lately, so maybe if I'm really serious about the match, that is something that I would try to do. Yeah, maybe play a game on a live board against myself or something like that.
Yeah, good advice. Yeah, I realized this as well, that it's somehow different if you have a real board and you played a lot of games just online or against XG before. Yeah. And then we have another question from the troll.
What is it?
What's ideal clock management? I think ideal clock management, I would say, is when you have 1 second left after winning the match. What's your answer?
What's ideal clock management? I mean, I don't know, because I mean it's common. What can I say? It is often argued that you should play very quickly at first and save time for later when it matters. I guess there's some that is reasonable to some extent, but then on the other hand, maybe you never end up at a score where it does really matter a lot more than the opening. I mean, the first few games, at least you know they're going to occur, and at least you know they're not going to be that insignificant. So it's hard to say. I mean, of course, I am known for my awful time management.
That was why the question from. Now I got it.
But that doesn't mean I haven't thought about it. So I have to say I don't know, but I think it makes sense to at least, I mean, not be too low on time if you go to DMP or almost DMP, unless the match was somehow extreme. I think you should not take a very big risk of getting into time trouble. But then on the other hand, if you're like me, you play poorly if you play fast. So yeah, you have to strike some sort of balance. I'm not going to pretend I have struck it so far.
Okay, thanks for answering this question, and I think we can start the match. And just as information for the viewers, I will change now the settings in a way that I can't hear Thomas during the game and Thomas can't hear me. So if something goes wrong, then please, viewers, let us know in the chat, because Thomas and I will not be able to hear each other while playing, and we agreed that we will talk when it's our turn. Okay, then let's have a nice match. Good luck, and see you after the match, or hear you after the match, Thomas.
Okay. Yeah, just a standard 6-3.
Okay, then let's see. Double 6 always helps on the opening. Something is wrong here. My mouse. Okay.
Okay, 5-1. We need to slot the 5 point and get something going rather than play safely, I believe.
So 6-5. What do we have? Making the ace point or playing 2 down. This is one possibility. the other is making the ace. And of course we could also run. Was we ahead in the race? Poor, already blunder potential so early in the game. I will go with this one.
Okay. Of course, we need to take the 20 point rather than make the 5, I believe. It seems obvious.
So, mutual holding game. Should avoid any voluntary shots. So, I think it's a good way to go forward. Because if I play like that, I'm already ahead and I have to run maybe first. And why not run while the opponent is on the bar?
Okay, we get the chance to hit down this much in the race and really loosen if we don't. I assume we have to hit.
Okay. Entering with the 3 and coming around. Only 15 shots, otherwise 13, so also 15. 16. Oh, I missed the hit. Oh.
You didn't hit.
Oh,
okay. Fair enough. Must have overlooked that one. Let's see. We try to do something creative rather than play safely, I assume.
Sorry guys, I overlooked this. I was somehow distracted. I don't know exactly by what. Now let's see.
Okay. We're in trouble. We're in big trouble no matter what we do. I guess we stay back, but I don't know if we can take anyway. All right.
So, is this a double? Course only because of double twos. Can clear the midpoint. Without the plot on the 11 point, obviously it would be a double. I think because of the plot I'm not doubling.
We didn't have to think about taking. Thank you. Okay. Perhaps. Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. Maybe just something like this.
Now, of course,
again, I don't know if we
double.
can take anyway, so. Stuck 60 pips. He has the bar point and we have a 2-point board. Yeah, I mean, we have some sort of winning chances, but the thing is we can even get gammoned. So we can take a little bit more at the score because of in a gammon-less position, but like I said, we could get G'd. So I doubt we can take this. I'm gonna pass. Okay, for one opening. Yeah, seems like a close choice between slotting and splitting. XG is going to say splitting is correct by a mile, but yeah, let's split.
Okay, 6-5 should be quite easy.
nowhere near a cube.
Double truth should play itself.
Huh. Okay. How do I play this? We're already split, so I don't know if we want to resplit, leaving all those shots. Or run. Yeah, few plays make sense. Unless we're running, the 6 should be here. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just going to play 9-7. Race is close, but I don't know.
So another 4-3. This time I can't hit on the bar point.
Okay.
So one idea would be this one. What's the alternative? Guess it's this one.
We don't have anything. We roll it twice, of course. We still have nothing. Although, if we're really lucky, we could have something soon. Yeah. Seems likely we should hit on the ace. Question is, do we run or make the 3-point? Running has merit. I mean, usually it's very common to make the 3-point, and then we even break the 8-point to make it. Now we're just changing points. So that has to have merit. If he fans, it looks like it could be double. So, but then again, running to the stripped midpoint seems very attractive as well, since he has some offensive structure, I have to say. Yeah, let's make the 3-point. How bad can it be? It can be pretty bad, apparently. Okay.
So 2
right.
and another 1. Guess there's only 11 to 10, right? 8-7, can it be?
Okay, he breaks the 11-point. And we have, let's see. Oh, do we have something here? Kind of inclined to say this must be close to a double at the score. Let me double this. I'm not sure. It's definitely a take.
Yeah, looks like an easy take for me.
Okay, he has taken, I guess. Okay. Of course, we make the 18-point. Hitting loose is fine, but That must be too attractive to pass up for a loose hit, I presume. Although a fan would be great.
So 6-4, making the 10 point. It's a possibility. And save both plots in the outfield. How does that look? So the other move will be this one. I prefer this, far behind in the race. Why should I run and leave another shot?
Okay. 3-2. I could just play safely. Gotta have some merit, but isn't that just too passive? I bet it is, with the cube on 2.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Cover. And we come down to get another indirect, at least, builder and a guy closer to the zone. Or I guess we could also switch. No, we cannot. Okay. We hit loose, of course, try to close the board. Get 2 guys into direct range, or should we shift 5-2 like one of those classic XG moves? I doubt it. Let's play 9-6. Hitting.
Last chance. Wrong side.
Uh-huh. Do we lift? The thing is, I think generally speaking, I doubt we want to lift, but the problem is all other plays look lame. I mean, what is there? 7-3, 6-2? 6-2, I guess. That can't be too bad. Let's play, or we could even lift the 5, but I think let's move 6-2. We should be able to attack on the 6 point, although if he comes in with an immediate 6, it could be expensive, but I think let's do it. Six, 2. Need to get a direct cover, so we need to move that guy, I assume. I don't think we can lift and come out. It seems too weak, but let's see.
Uh-oh.
4 covers, like it. And now just avoid accidents. Double 3s should be fine. So let's play 7-5. One, yeah, double 6s is not going to leave a shot after this move. Or yeah, actually it is. So maybe we should not play that. Yeah, on the other hand, what else is there? We need to play that. Oops. And I think we should prioritize just winning a gammon. I mean, a backgammon would be a nice bonus, but it's not what we're trying to achieve here. So given that, I assume we should play the 6 from the 11 instead. If we were trying to win a backgammon, I think we should play a 5 from the 11, but I think let's move this. I don't know. Not sure about this one. All right, let's play this. Wow, are we winning a backgammon?
Uh-oh.
Wow.
That was fast.
Yeah. I think one of my last comments was I'm not really trying to win a backgammon here, just win the gammon. but you know, sometimes we can't help ourselves. All right.
No chance to recover from my oversight with the 4-3.
Yeah, that was an expensive one, obviously. Yeah.
How can this happen? Can you explain this? Or do I need a doctor to explain this?
Yeah. I guess you need to explain that one yourself. It's not like you don't know what the best play is.
Okay, what should we do? Do we play another 3-point, or do you want to analyze this? It was really short, huh?
Okay, we can play a 3-point match. It's up to you.
Then I save this. And rematch. Sorry. Match would be the same. I have to exit the match and invite you again. Then let's play a 3-pointer.
Right. Do we start?
I just loaded the other match to XG, and then we can start. Okay. Then I mute you again, and let's see if this works better. Then good luck again. Have a good match.
Okay, 6-4. So there are 3 equally strong plays, more or less. I'm gonna play the most exciting one, in my opinion.
So it is clear. 5-4 is clear. And I guess we have to make the bar point.
Not much else here.
So 3-point match. I guess I have to hit, at least for tempo hitting reasons. Yeah, no other play, I think.
Yeah, we fan.
This can't be too good.
And he quickly cubes. Yeah, this looks pretty similar to some sort of early double threes reference position. He has the deuce point, which is worse for him. He has the bar point, which is probably somewhat better for him than having a guy on the 6 and 8 points. Still, I would assume we can take. I'm going to take. Oh, wait a second. It's a 3-point match. It's a 3-point match. Wait a second here. I thought of it as a longer match. So we can take a lot less than usual, actually. This has got to be a double for money, but is it enough of a double to be a pass at the score? Wow. It seems tricky to me. I don't know. I would have been pretty convinced it's a take otherwise, but now this is a big difference. Let me drop it and we have some more games, but I'm not sure. This seems a tricky one to me.
Okay.
And now we can, of course, cube very, very early if we can smell a gammon somewhere. We should play 2 down at the score, I believe.
So 4-1 looks like a slot to me.
Let's continue, of course. There's nothing else.
Move out of the 5 versus 3, 13 to 10. That's too dangerous. So go with this one.
Are we already close to something? Oh, let's see. If it's not a double, it cannot be far off. Cannot be far off. I don't know. Maybe it's too optimistic. I don't know. I'll send it. But maybe this is questionable. I'll just go ahead.
Yeah, I think this is pretty strong at this score. I need 26% and I have no cube power at all. Gammon price is normal at 0.5 for Thomas. But yeah, I think it's a strong double because of the score. But I don't think that this can be a pass. I think it's a no double in a neutral score. So I hope it will not change by more than one level, so take it.
Okay, it takes, of course, great roll. We make the 5. We make the 10. We clean up the blocks. Nothing to complain about.
So 6-5. Oh. Obviously, I have 2 choices and can just run. something like that. Oh. So an anchor would be quite nice, so I would like to leave this man on the 22 point.
Double force can't be bad. Wow. We hit, and then do we move all in and make the 4 points? It's got to have merits. At least there are fewer shots on the 16 points after this move and all of the dances. And then there is the other option of making the 9, which blocks the 3 point, and it looks absolutely great as well. Well, for winning a gammon, the other one is surely more ambitious. We shouldn't be more inclined to try to win a gammon than normal. It's basically the same gammon value as in normal match scores, but we have some gammon chances here. I don't know. Is it too ambitious to just make the 4 point? What if he hits with a 5? Is that a big deal? Yeah, kind of is. And if he makes the 3 point, he's in a lot better shape than if we have the 9 point. I don't know. I don't know. Let's make the 9 point. I'm not sure again. I'm not sure.
So the anchoring plan worked.
Okay, hit. We can hit on the deuce point, which should be bad. Coming out has to be better. We just come out till he misses us now, I believe.
Guess it's something like that, huh? At that score. I think hitting and playing down is a little bit too much. Just making the 5. No. Let me just hit and hope for the best.
Deuce is forced. 3 could move 8 to 5. But why? I mean, we're exposed at the 20, but on the other hand, what we're trying to do is escape. And 8 to 5 is destructive, so this has got to be it.
So 5-1. Could just make the PowerPoint. I think this may be a little bit asking for too much.
Yeah, we could hit. But is it worth it? I doubt it. I mean, he really doesn't have has much of an offense, but I mean, running is so clearly the DMP play. And yeah, I think let's do it.
So now making the 18 point. Oh je.
Okay. So the question is, do we play safely or do we take a chance just to get the midpoint cleared? Huh. I don't know. We don't really need. Yeah, we could leave 4 shots just playing 10 to 5. Could play 9 to 4. Then he is primed if he hits, but he leaves a lot more shots. Or we could just play 13 to 8 or something. If we play safely, we could clear the 10 or, yeah, I don't know. Something like this, maybe? Is that too? I don't know. Let me make a move. I'm soon losing on time.
So 2-1 now. You have to unstack here, pretty sure. Build our board as fast as possible.
Okay, is it better to make the 4 or the... We don't really have a... Yeah, maybe we just make the 7. Then again, we're up by a lot in the race, so maybe we need the 4 more. I don't know. I'll make the 7. And maybe slot. Maybe slot. Oh, let me play 10 to 9.
So 6 down and making the 4. Why not?
5, 4. 5 is forced. 4 is... Why not just play it down?
Six and 3 plays itself again.
And we just try to play safely, of course. This race is kind of won. Question is, do we clear then the 9 points? We probably do.
Five and guess the one makes no big difference.
Okay, and what point to clear? I should be looking at numbers here. Don't really have time for that. So this looks natural then.
I need a double 6.
Yeah.
There it is.
Right, looks like we're gonna play another game with 20 seconds.
Okay, Crawford.
Okay.
Gammon Go situation.
Yes, I need to talk less, but I'm at gammon save, so let me try to get an anchor. Or hit.
Should be easy as well. And I guess setting is way more important than anchoring. Two, two, two. And where's the last one? Sure, what do I have to lose? Huh? A lot, it seems.
Hit, make 7. Yeah, let me make the 11.
Five and
Okay. Do I just hit? I guess so. I can't let him make it.
uh-oh.
Oops. Okay. Okay, we try and escape, maybe.
Nice, nice. How to play it. So this is forced.
Okay, we can hit, and we should, of course. Let's hit this guy, maybe. Maybe this. I don't know. One, two, three, four. And even at this score, could we let him anchor, or should we make the prime here? Wow. Huh. Let me hit then. I don't know.
Not bad, but a lot of stuff
Maybe
to do.
we should have realized. You come in. You don't care if he hits, so that slot should be fine. Double deuces hits. Tries to cover maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's not the best. Okay, let's play this. Okay. Something like this.
Can I keep my board at least?
We tried to kill sixes to make him crunch. But that should be enough of crunching. Let's just win. Yeah, I don't know.
Pull. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. Hello.
Yeah. Didn't want to leave a double shot.
Yuck. Here. Now it's a time.
Should we hit? Yeah, let's get him out of our hair, I guess.
Okay. That's it, I think. I think it's time to resign.
I like my chances.
Okay, congratulations, Thomas.
Thank you, thank you.
So I will download this file as well and load it into XG quickly. And then take too long. Some questions from the chat which came during the match. Christian is asking you, Thomas, how much time do you spend in a normal week, and how is the time distributed between play, study, and reading, etc.?
Yeah, I guess reading is, for the most part, almost zero. But whenever there's a new book, I usually read it. But yeah, then I've read it, and then it becomes zero again. So as far as study and play, yeah, I usually, whenever I play, I go over my plays and see and try to see where I went wrong and where I went right. So, but I don't do a lot of studying of old mistakes and things like that. Right now, actually, I do because I have not been playing almost at all since the Lions Cup, because I've been working on the book. So I'm trying to get in shape a little bit for Cyprus. Otherwise, I don't do that a lot, but it's definitely something I should do if I were 100% professional about it.
Okay, so did I get it right that you are not so focused on studying your errors? You're just exploring new stuff and learn new stuff, and you don't take too much care of your errors or studying them, right?
I do study my errors. I just mean I don't go over errors that I made in the past once again, which I guess I should. But I haven't really been doing that.
Okay.
I mean, putting them in a database or something like that. I mean, I should be doing that, but I haven't.
Okay, then. Maybe one or two more questions. Do you have any tricks or any special practices to stay focused during a match? Because it's sometimes so easy to get distracted, especially at a bigger tournament with a huge crowd and maybe some noise. Or
I use earplugs. I guess that is my best trick.
Oh.
That's quite important to me, at least if it's a very noisy environment.
Okay, so you just normal earplugs or something like noise cancelling, something a little bit more technically advanced, or just normal earplugs to block your...
Not Hans Niemann earplugs, but no, I'm just using the ones made out of plastic or rubber or something. Not the noise cancelling. No.
Okay.
But maybe that's better. I don't know. I'm just telling you that's what I'm using.
Yeah. Okay. Good tip. And it's always working, so no batteries required or technical stuff. So it's
exactly
you can rely on it.
Exactly.
And one more question: What is the backgammon player which did influence you the most? If there's a single person you could name.
Yeah, I mean maybe Jacob Rice, since he was my instructor or teacher at some point. So maybe he in that sense, but maybe the player that inspired me the most was maybe Mochi, because he's the best. But I think maybe Stick was the one that I have learned the most from, for sure.
Okay. And the next question I could easily answer for myself. What was the silliest blunder you made? For me, I've just created a new one, so I would name this one the 4-3. But
right. What was this? You mean ever? The silliest blunder I ever made? Yeah. Well, I guess that I can think of right away. There are two very strong candidates. One was in a match in the Danish team tournament, where I thought that I had a free drop, but instead I had an automatic take.
Okay.
So, of course,
that counts. Yeah.
That was a few years ago now, but that was definitely a big blunder. and then there was another tournament actually in Portugal, where I basically I thought the score was something else. So I thought that I had a 9% take point, but as a matter of fact, I had a 25.5% take point. So I thought for a while, and then I took the cube thinking, okay, probably I have 9%. As it turned out, I didn't even have 9 because I had 8 or something like that. And I needed 25.5 because I had the wrong score. So that was also a big mistake.
And after these mistakes, did you find any explanations? Maybe you're tired or distracted by something, or did it just happen? And you cannot explain or give any explanation or reason, because these obviously are mistakes you usually will never do.
No, I mean, I lost concentration. I mean, that is, of course, the trivial explanation. But then why did I lose concentration? Yeah, I mean, being tired is one explanation, but it's also, I think that if you play 500 matches every now and then, you are going to lose concentration completely. And I think that is also, what can I say? I mean, if you record every match you ever play, you're going to be aware that those things happened once in 200 matches. But if you don't record your matches, maybe you won't even know you did something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is also a factor, that basically I record everything, and then you will sometimes find something that's completely out of line.
Yep.
But of course, yeah, I could think about why I did that and how to prevent it, etc. But it's pretty difficult to prevent something that happens so rarely, after all.
Okay, and then the last question before we go to the analyzing, it's a little bit more positive. So what was the match you are the most proud of so far in your life?
I don't know. I guess the tournament that I played the best was probably in one of the World Team Championships when it was in Montenegro. There I played a very good tournament, at least. I can't really think of a specific match that I was extremely proud of. I mean, as a matter of fact, one of the matches in the last team tournament, I think I played a 0, but there I had 29 decisions. So usually if what you think about is how low the PR is, it's often going to be a consequence of how easy it was to play a low PR to a great extent. Yeah. So I think, but anyway, I can think of a few tournaments, but I don't have a specific match that I consider to be my best or something.
Okay. Then we have a question from Herbert Jeske. We answered it already. When will your book be available? So the newest estimate is spring 23, right. I guess.
Yeah.
And then
in the spring it's going to be June. So yeah.
So it depends which spring, yeah.
Exactly. No, but on a serious note, maybe let's say April or something like that is what I expect.
Okay. So, and Jürgen Schettler is asking, playing good PRs does not guarantee that you win tournaments. How important was it for you, Thomas, to win this year's Swedish Open? Very, I guess so.
Yeah. I mean, it was great. I don't know if it was necessary. I mean, I don't know about important in the sense that, yeah. But I mean, of course, I was really, really happy to win. And just like Jürgen says, it's very, very difficult to win tournaments, even if you're Mochi or
Thomas
even
Tenland.
if you're very good. You know,
Yep.
It's very, very difficult to, if you have 60 or 65% chances, it's very, very difficult for that to be enough 7 times in a row. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then we have a last question from the chat from Stephen Pierce. Do you calculate your take points at different scores or remember them?
I very rarely calculate take points, I have to say. Yeah. In some cases, I remember them. In other cases, I can derive them based off of some sort of rule of thumb that I have or something like that. Or in actually the vast majority of cases, I don't even think about precisely what the take point is, but rather how I need to adjust my cube action at the score. I mean, that is, of course, a consequence of, for instance, the take point. But I relatively rarely think about the take point per se.
And I guess then the same goes for gammon values.
Yeah, that's true. But then again, I mean, now that I think back to the match we played, I think I mentioned the take point and the gammon value once or twice. So I mean, apparently it is in the back of my head somewhere, but I don't consider it to be something I think a lot about during matches.
Okay, then. I think it's time we make a quick go through the 2 matches. Here we have the first one. Do you see the shared screen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see the XG board? Okay, so that's exactly what the viewers see as well. So maybe we go quickly through it. I think this was quite, yeah, the 6-5 I was not so sure at the beginning, but yeah, I thought the bar point is not so valuable because you will soon have an advanced anchor, and yeah, that was my reasoning. That's why I hit on the ace point.
And also, I mean, if you get hit, it's going to be an indirect hit, and I will have a blot in my board. And also, if I anchor on my 20 point, at least I'm out of your hair a little bit. So yeah. I think the big thing is also you don't really have another attractive play. I mean, it's the second best play, of course, but I mean, nothing else looks great.
Okay, 4-1, of course, then 3-1, yeah. Go forward, and then, yeah. It's 4-3. I don't know. How can you overlook this? But we will not find out today. But of course, you feel horrible, especially in a live stream. Of course, I would love to crawl under the table and never come back in view again. But it happens.
But I'll let the viewers know that deep down, you know that hitting is right here.
Yeah, it's a strong candidate here. Okay. 2-1. Pretty clear. 4-5. Yeah, this one, I think I did overthink this one, because I said something like, because of this plot on the 11 point, I cannot clear with all doubles the midpoint. That was obviously it was bullshit what I was thinking. But this was my reasoning why I did not double. Of course, I know that I can double with 15 points lead when I have the bar point, and you have a drop around 20 point difference. But somehow this point on the plot on the 11 point, yeah, I thought it makes a difference, but it didn't, obviously.
Right, and I mean, it is common wisdom that you generally need to clean up before doubling based on your doublets. But I mean that is in the scenario where you need doublets as market losers. Here you have already lost it, so yeah. Yeah, but I just mean there's some sense to not doubling when you have a blot around in general.
At least it was far less expensive than my 4-3, so just 65 millipoints.
True, because it was going to be a pass next time anyway.
Okay, then come to the second game. 6-1, double twos, automatic. Okay, this is something the computer a little bit hard to find. Oh, this 24 to 22. I don't know. It's a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it was a candidate. It duplicates 5-3, but I mean, yeah. I don't know. It was difficult for me to know which one of the two best plays that were best. That was best, and apparently I chose the wrong one. I chose to clean up because of the race a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
It seems cubelessly the error is smaller as well. It is, but anyway, yeah.
So the next one was not an oversight. This was just too difficult for me.
Yeah.
Stepping up in 13 to 9.
Yeah.
So it was completely obviously then hitting with the last spare from the 6 is not the most attractive thing in the world, but somehow feared stepping up without a hit with these 11 men in the zone.
Right. But I agree with your analysis. I think it's an important point that you're using your last spare off the 6. That's it's relatively often right to hit 6 to 2. Otherwise, if you fear something, but then you often have 5 or at least 4 guys on the 6.
Yeah, and I think I had on the board, I think, as my alternative, which would of course be not too bad.
No, that would probably have been my play, is my guess spontaneously.
Okay, got punished here. 2, 3, 5, 1, double 5. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought that making the 3 point and the ace point would be really great if you fanned. And like I said in the live stream, at least I'm not breaking the 8 point to make the 3. I'm just switching points. Then on the other hand, you have some structure, and I am kind of in a hurry to get out with the backman. So 23 to 13 is much more attractive than it usually is, because it's actually a very strong run. So I didn't know, and I guessed, and I made the wrong play.
Yeah, happens. But these are always tough plays when you have the choice just to make the ace point and do a run with the other 2 5s.
Yeah,
I think they're not so easy to find. Okay, 2, 1. Yeah, this interesting that 8, 7 is so close. I thought there's no real alternative. So double take. Yeah, I thought this was quite an easy take for me.
XG agrees. 517 millipoints.
Yes, I think we can call this an easy take. Then 6, 5, 6, 4. Yeah. I saw these 2 plays, but to be honest, I had no real idea. I thought I am behind in the race, so maybe it's better to stay back and be able to anchor. That was my reasoning, but obviously I was slightly off again. What would have been your play?
I don't know. I mean, it's very difficult to say always when you've already seen the answer, right?
Sure.
I don't know, but I hope so.
Okay, then 3, 2, dancing. Yeah, and I think got some chances, but managed to do the close out. I think there was this one. This one was quite interesting, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm supposed to kill a checker here, apparently. I also said in the live stream that if you roll an immediate 6, that is actually quite expensive. And I guess the thing is, if you don't, perhaps it's often going to be right to just lift it if I can't cover. Or maybe not often, but I mean, maybe it's close at least. So given that, perhaps I should have understood that I can vacate the 5. But I don't know. I didn't like killing the checker. Apparently I have a weak understanding of this position. I mean, it's I do realize that I lose a lot of momentum in my thin blitz if I get hit. But yeah.
But still, lifting or not is always difficult, I think, in positions like that.
Yeah, but yeah, it is. Apparently, it was too difficult for me here. But I still don't feel. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently I'm incompetent in this position, so I don't have a good analysis.
Then let's go on. I think there is no more in this game. Yeah. skip to the next one. Oh, there is no next one. This was this backgammon. Yeah.
No, that was it.
But at least we got a chance to play another one.
True.
Let's see what happened here. Oh. Wrong one, this one. So the second one was a 3-pointer with a quite interesting cubing decision. And at this score, to be honest, I was already looking at the cube, but I think it was, yeah, it would have been quite a big blunder to double here. And then we got this one. Yeah, this was pretty close.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought it was close as well. I went with the pass, right? Yeah. I was going to take it, but then I realized, oh, wait a minute, it's a 3-point match. And then I ended up passing, yeah. But yeah, I don't know what to say. It seemed like a medium size, solid double, solid take for money, and then it should be pretty close at this score, which it also was.
Yep. Okay, then we got the second game. 5-3, 3-2. 3-2, okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that, to be honest. Okay. I want to see a rollout final.
Yeah.
I can see the play be inferior, but I doubt it's as much as 18. But who knows?
Yeah, you want to go for the more gammonish position, so at that score. So I think 2 down is quite
right.
Quite
and playing
natural.
2 down versus the 3-point makes some sort of sense already. So yeah, I would have thought that the plays were close, but who knows? I think 4-ply is not quite enough to draw too strong conclusions.
Yeah, it's getting closer at plus. Yeah.
Well,
so,
anyway.
Then I messed this one up. Wow. It's almost a blunder.
Yeah. It's similar to your mistake with the 4-3 before, I think, is that it's a very big difference to take a guy off the 6-point when you have 4 guys there instead of 5, which is usually the case when you want to slot the 5-point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the match score also points a little bit more into trying to run or to make an advanced anchor. It's more important than in a normal situation.
That's true.
So you hit me, and we have another doubling decision.
Okay, so it was a double. I wasn't sure. It seemed close.
Yeah.
It was not difficult to take, at least.
Yeah, I said something like it's probably not a double in a neutral score, so it should not change more than 1 level. So it has to be a take. That was my reasoning.
Right.
Okay, aces. Then 6-5. Yeah, there I was not so super confident. I said something like I want to have this man split it, so to get a chance to make an advanced anchor. That was my reasoning to play, to give up the anchor for a chance to have a better one. But obviously their plays are pretty close.
Right. I think also an argument is that often if you run 24-13, you're going to stack the 13 with 5 or even 6 checkers. But here you only stack the 4th checker on the point. So running 24-13 is stronger because of that than usual.
Yeah. Okay, good point. Yeah. So, double four, boom. Double twos, lucky roll. 6-1. Yeah, this one is also at this score. I was not so sure what to do, and I did not have the courage to play with 3 plots here at this score, at least. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Would you have made the big play at this score?
I would have made the right play here, yes, because I think you should not be more afraid of losing a gammon at this score than at the normal score.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is you don't get as much value for winning a gammon. But as a matter of fact, you don't have to be particularly afraid of losing a gammon. So just make the normal looking play, I would think. I mean, you need to try to create some counterplay, and then the other one just looks too stiff. I mean, it feels to me like I'm in no danger at all of getting counter primed. Whereas after the other one, who knows? That would be my reasoning, yeah.
Okay, someone said, not someone, Daniel Sørensen said in the chat that the cube at 0-0 was a borderline take according to ++.
Okay.
So by 1 millipoint, so exactly borderline. Okay, 3-2, entering 5-1. Yeah, another one that I was really not sure of what to do here. Maybe the same reasoning, because the gammon value is still same as in money game, so I should not be too scared.
True. And Stick usually says that if you're in doubt and you know what the DMP play is, make the DMP play.
Okay. Yeah, DMP play, I think, is relatively clear. Yeah, that at least you have to hit. Yeah. Okay. 6-5, 5-4. Yeah. Candidates are very close here, surprisingly. So here again, I stick to my plan to keep it as simple or as gammon-less as possible.
Yeah.
But it seems to be quite close. Okay. 4-1. Nothing special. 2-1 is pretty easy, I think. 6-5. Nothing special. Yeah, I think the rest was relatively low plunder potential, I think.
True.
But I make you a little bit scared with my doubles here. There were some chances suddenly.
You did.
But not enough.
You ran out of steam.
Yeah. Okay. Then come to the last game. 5-3, 3-2. Yeah. Similar situation, but here, of course, more extreme. Here with the gammon go situation. With the 3-2 now for me.
Right, and it's a real rollout.
Yeah, it's a real rollout, yes. And
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if in the other situation the rollout will turn out the same way. But if it's only 15, and in the other one you have only gammon price of 0.5, and here it's double amount.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
not. Maybe it's getting close. Yeah.
I agree with you. It's not clear that it should be 2 down in the other one, but I think it's closer than 18 millet points is all I'm saying.
Yeah. My guess would be, if I see these results here, that it should be coin flip. So 3, 2, 5, 3, easy. 3, 2, double 2. So, no, not forced, and then I overplayed it here. I thought, how bad can it be at Gammon Go? But it can be pretty bad. But this at Gammon Go, I thought, why playing so stiff?
Yeah, I guess I assume that it is because you're trying to get into some sort of holding game rather than try to gain timing to play the back game. So I think you try to preserve the midpoint. You don't want to leave a lot of shots. You just want to split pretty soon, is my impression, but I don't know.
And maybe it's a lot easier for you to build a killing prime if you hit some checkers here than in the other play. Huh? If you hit me here, maybe you get... It's easier for you to make the bar point and kill my timing completely. Maybe this is also a reason.
Yeah, maybe.
And here, as you said, I have better chances to advance to some kind of holding. Yeah. Okay. Oh, 5, 2. This was pretty clear. And then, I don't know if anything interesting happened again in this game. Yeah, this double 6. Yeah. Well, just too difficult for me, this decision.
Yeah, I think I would have come out with both and covered the 5. That looked most natural to me.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried about leaving this 3-man alone without a chance to But the 23 point is not of much value anyway. Huh?
Well, you don't have the 23 point anyway.
Yeah,
anymore,
or a chance
right?
to get it. Yeah.
So, I mean, you're in relatively. What can I say? I mean, you're pretty hard pressed to roll a 6 quickly if you leave the guy back there, and then when you already have the 6, why not use it? Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Daniel said. The answer to the question, how bad can it be, is very often more than you think. I learned this lesson
good point,
very
because
often.
You usually ask it when it's might be pretty bad. Yeah, true.
And I think deep in your inner side, you already know it, that it can be very bad, but you just...
Fair enough, yeah.
What can go wrong? Yeah, okay. So... Then I think... I have nothing more interesting, I guess. Yeah, I think that was it. 2 more moves, yeah. Okay, I think we are done. So, do we have any more questions here in the chat? There was this question from Daniel Sørensen. How often do you get into time trouble when it hurts you?
I don't know. I think that in general, when you do get into time trouble, the majority of the time, it doesn't matter a lot because most games you can play decently without much time. But then every once in a while, you absolutely can't. Because, some other game type comes up. And that might be once every 4 times you get into time trouble. And then how often in turn do I get into time trouble? Maybe every 3rd or 4th match. So maybe then every 10th or 15th match or something like that, I get into time trouble and I suffer from it. Maybe it could be something like that. I don't know. I haven't thought too much about it, but maybe once every 10 or 15, 20 matches. Yeah.
But I guess
20 is too high. 10 to 15.
But I guess that you are also a very good speed gammon player, or?
I wouldn't say that I'm a very good speed gammon player, but of course I can handle most games types decently. Yeah.
Or how Mochi says it, how good your one play is, and if it's pretty good, then you have a good backup for these situations. And
that's true, but in these games that come up every now and then, even if your one ply is fine, you hardly have time to use your one ply, because if they are very complicated, you need to identify all the possible plays and stuff like that. So that can become a problem. But I agree. Of course, that's a good point.
Okay, I think we have no more questions here in the chat. Is there anything you would like to add, Thomas? Talked about your book, and I think the pre-orders will come in. Can we already pre-order? Or do we have to wait until...
If you pay a high price, put it on my bank account, I can make it work. But no, there are no pre-orders for now.
Okay. And maybe one last question from Christian. What would you rather win, the Monte Carlo World Championship or the UPC Contender plus UPC Final?
Well, given the current distribution of prize funds in the 2 tournaments, it's a very easy question to answer. Yeah, it's going to be the Monte Carlo tournament. Okay. But from a backgammon performance perspective, then it makes sense to perhaps to answer the UBC final, especially if the final is against Mochi and everything that would imply.
Yeah, but
for now the answer is Monte Carlo.
Okay, because I think the viewers already knew that Monte Carlo was about the money and UBC was about the prestige, and they wanted to know what is more important for you. But you answered it now. You are the money guy.
I'm not that rich.
Okay, good. Then I think we can wrap it up. Thank you very much, Thomas, that you have been here. It was a great pleasure for me to have you here on the show, and I'm pretty sure the viewers did also enjoy it.
Thank you, Rainer.
And we see each other in Cyprus, I think, and pretty sure we can have a talk there.
Right, let's hope so. It was my pleasure.
Okay, thanks again, and have a nice evening, and see you soon. Bye-bye, Thomas.
See you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, then. Sorry again, guys, for my 4-3, but I don't know what happened there. But the rest, I think, was my usual play, or whatever. So, as I have already mentioned, I will go to Cyprus in 3 weeks. So don't be too sad or too unhappy if there are not so many streams until then, because I have to do quite a lot of preparation. And as you also know, I'm pretty much involved in my XG to Anki project. For all you haven't noticed already, there is a stream where I explain in very detail what this is about. So Anki is a flashcard program, and what I have developed is that I can automatically create these flashcards or Anki cards from your match files, and then it's quite easy then to study, or even easier to study your mistakes or blunders. So take a look at this other video of mine. It's also in English, and there's also a special offer until end of this month, which means you have this special deal where you can send me up to 20 match files. So the first match file is €5 and every additional one is €1, which means for just €24 you get an Anki deck with for 20 matches, where I create a card for you for every position where you made an error of 20 millipoints or more. So of course the amount of cards depends on your playing level. You can just, the easiest thing is you watch this other video, there's everything explained, and you can just pay via PayPal to my normal address here, rainer@backgammon-livestream.de, and of course send me the match files via to the same email address. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and good to see that Eric Peterson is also coming to Cyprus, so we will meet there, I'm pretty sure. So I hope you had some fun, and I wish you all the best, and see you next time. And as always, I love you all. Bye bye.